Just a short trip from Hanoi, Ninh Binh is the perfect escape into nature, away from the city's hustle and bustle. Known as Halong Bay on land, it has some of the most stunning landscapes we saw during our Vietnam trip. It's become quite a popular spot for travelers thanks to its spectacular must-see sights. For several days, we biked through the countryside along winding paths surrounded by vibrant rice fields, wetlands, and towering limestone mountains. We explored temple complexes, hiked to breathtaking viewpoints, and enjoyed peaceful boat rides through the amazing scenery. That's the allure of Ninh Binh Tam Coc. Hi everyone! Hello from Ninh Binh in Vietnam. We arrived here the day before yesterday with a bus from Halong Bay, and look how pretty it is here. Enjoying our little hut here by the water. We're by this little lake, and the mountains are in the back. So we have a beautiful view.
And we already went somewhere today in the morning.
Yeah, we did an early morning to go up to the magnificent viewpoint called Hang Mua. Yeah, I'm gonna put it down, but it's known for this little dragon along the cliff and some beautiful viewpoints over the mountainous landscape.
Indeed.
With the water streams in between. One of the best things to do in Ninh Binh is hiking to the Hang Mua Viewpoint. If you've ever seen photos of Ninh Binh, chances are you've seen the iconic panoramic views from here. To get to the top, you'll need to climb 500 steps up a stone staircase. But trust me, the views at the summit are totally worth it. Depending on your fitness level, the climb takes around 20 minutes. Hang Mua actually has two peaks to explore. At some point, the staircase splits into two directions. Take the right staircase to find a small pagoda with a platform that looks out over the lotus ponds below. Afterwards, head to the other side to reach the peak with the dragon statue. This spot offers the best views, overlooking the river filled with rowing boats winding through the limestone mountains. At the top, there's a striking dragon sculpture that's perfect for photos and some selfies. Just be careful if you try to get on it. The rocks can be very sharp and there aren't any guardrails. From a lower platform, you'll also get stunning views of the neighboring peak with the pagoda and rice paddies stretching out below. Once you've soaked up the mountain views, take a stroll across the bamboo bridge at the foot of the peak. If you're visiting in the summer, these ponds will be filled with beautiful blooming water lilies.
Yeah, it's very picturesque. So as Federica said, it has a lot of viewpoints. We were flying our drone up there actually to take some shots, and they were magnificent with the background of these kind of mountains, which really remind of Halong, because we just came from there. It's just on the land. So
yeah, that's also why they call it Halong on land, because it's a bit similar the landscape, but yeah, with a bit less water.
You should come early, because we realized we were there at 7 o'clock, which is actually, I think, the official opening time. Not sure. We saw people already coming down, so I guess you can also go up a little bit earlier. Anyways, we saw then people really rushing up there when it was like around 8 or 9, and we were about to leave.
They were coming.
Also,
like
it was getting quite full there. So if you want to take specific shots, or you just want to enjoy the scenery on your own, you should really come early, maybe even sunset time, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
entrance-wise, it's 100,000 dong per person.
Indeed, And you will have to pay for parking. It was 5,000 for us per bike, like a bicycle. I think 10,000 for a scooter. Also, you have to be a little bit careful because on the way there, there's these ladies who try to steer you to a parking spot, to an unofficial one. So they try to stop you, they like scream at you, they wave at you, and they want you to park at their specific area, and I guess it's overpriced.
It's people with shops and restaurants that makeshift these parking spots.
It is a scam.
It's a scam to make some extra money.
It's a scam to make money, so just don't get irritated, just keep driving all the way until you're at the gate, and there's another person
That's an
sitting.
official one, because we first didn't believe it. We thought, oh, another scam, so we were ignoring him. But
I was almost driving through him, but in the end, indeed, it's the official parking spot, which is still reasonable priced. It's just strange that everything has to have like a price tag. Even the parking.
And even the entrance towards the viewpoint is super pretty. They decorated it with all these lanterns. There's some cafes on the side and some ponds. There's also, but we didn't go on it because at the moment it's muddy, but you have these lotus fields where they made these little walking paths over it.
We didn't see the lotus though.
No,
I think it's out of season.
Yeah, it's all muddy and dark. So
still looked pretty on pictures and videos, but like from above. But indeed, like not maybe to walk right now. But there's a lot of things going on downstairs. Like you can tell, it's really touristic. You have a lot of little shops. You have restaurants to eat at. You can get there even like the hats, the typical Vietnamese hats, in case you want to take a picture with that. So we saw a lot of people with those up on the mountain. All in all, it's very, very pretty there, but it can get touristy, so go early.
Yeah. And so now, we just had our breakfast here at our stay. It's a really beautiful stay. They made it super cozy with a nice sitting area at the front. This is our little balcony from our hut, and in the evening you can hear a lot of frogs here. The best way to truly experience Ninh Bing's breathtaking landscapes is by staying at a place right in the middle of all of it, in between the rice paddies and limestone mountains. For that, we recommend staying near the villages of Tam Coc or Trang An, just a few kilometers west of Ninh Binh city. While Tam Coc is a popular choice, it can feel a bit touristy, especially during peak hours when day trippers from Hanoi flood in. For a more peaceful escape, consider staying outside the town, heading north from Tam Coc towards Trang An. Here, surrounded by rice fields, lotus ponds, and towering limestone mountains, you'll find tranquility away from the crowds. This area is more immersed in nature and offers incredible mountain views. During our stay, we chose the beautiful Halong property, where we woke up each morning to panoramic mountain views. Picture yourself in a cozy bungalow overlooking a calm lake dotted with lotus blooms. It felt secluded enough to be a peaceful retreat, but was still close to all the main attractions, making it the perfect base for exploring by bike. The property was stunning, with bungalows set around the pond, connected by a little bridge. It was so peaceful, we could really unwind here. Sipping Vietnamese coffee on our little balcony, surrounded by beautiful scenery, was pure bliss. Each morning we enjoyed a delicious breakfast in this beautiful setting. Since accommodations like this are a bit further from the cities, they often offer lunch and dinner options too. So when we arrived, we had a nice bowl of pho, which was perfect after a day of travel. The best way to explore Ninh Binh is by hopping on a bicycle. Most homestays offer free bikes for their guests to use during their stay. You can easily cycle between Trang An and Tam Coc in just 30 minutes, passing through beautiful rice fields along the way. So later that day, we jumped on our bikes for our next adventure, the Scenic Trang An boat tour. And yeah, the other day we were just exploring Tam Coc town a little bit. We skipped the boat ride there because we already did the one in Trang An, which is a bit more north. It was a beautiful experience. So you can easily get there as well with your bike, 20 minutes or so. You just park it there and you get in line to get a ticket for the boat ride, and you have to choose the route you go. So you have 3 routes in total. The first one is mainly focused on grottos and caves.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think it was 7 or 8 even. Like it's
9,
mostly
I
caves.
think. Mostly caves. The second one is a mix of caves and temples, and it includes the popular King Kong village from the movie, like the film ground. And then the third one is also a really nice mix of caves and temples, and indeed that's the one we took and can advise. It was gorgeous.
Indeed, so the third route has some more scenery compared to the second. They're very, very close actually related because the end part is the same, just more scenery, 1 or 2 caves less actually. So, but still very, very beautiful. And yeah, we didn't need to do the King Kong Island because we've been to Halong, and also there they have been shooting apparently some of it. So we've already been in the surroundings of that movie set, so to speak. So we chose that one, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So you want to tell a little bit about the boat ride?
Yeah, so practical speaking, it's 250,000 dong per person, and it's for a boat with 4 people. So you sometimes have people that choose to pay for the whole boat, so you can be by yourself.
I guess you have to pay $1 million then for the 2 people?
Yeah, for the 2,
we saw a few Asians do that, but not many actually.
So we shared the boat with 2 other girls, and then you have a person rowing it, and you can actually help because there are extra pedals. So we did.
Yeah, it's especially if you go against the wind. We could tell that she really had to row hard, and the wind was strong. So we took out the pedals, the 4 of us, and we started pedaling as well, and it went way better that way.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. At the end, you're just working one of your arms and you switch.
Indeed.
What else? We had to wait 5 minutes in line to get our ticket, but we saw that actually it's like a lot of capacity in there, so it really can hold a lot of tourists. There were like a lot of lines. They have a lot of boats like in the starting area, so I think
you can hop on quickly.
It could be hundreds of tourists there actually in high season, but it was okay.
Yeah, we just had to wait in the sense of for 2 other people that want to do the same route.
Took a minute. So.
Yeah, it took a minute. And then you start the exploring of 3 hours. So Route 3 is also known because it has the longest cave of 1,000 meters. It took a while, and there
was also quite an experience. was also quite an experience because that cave is super narrow. So like at some points you really have to duck down, you have to watch your head and pay attention to the front, because you can't just like be looking around the whole time because there's like a piece of rock coming your way. So you really have to pay attention and like duck, go out of the way and stuff like that. So it was quite adventurous.
It was super cool, yeah.
We have never experienced something like that. We've been in some caves so far in Asia, but not with the boat. So
yeah, this was definitely different. And then you make a few stops at a few smaller temples, and then there's a beautiful one that exists actually out of 2 islands. So we decided to launch the drone there.
Yeah, because from above you really see the island actually. From below you have no idea how it looks like. You can only guess. But as soon as you get the drone and you look down, it's like a whole other view and super pretty.
I want to hang on the drone to be able to actually see the view myself like that, because it's astonishing. And then the surrounding limestone mountains, yeah, it's unbelievable.
So, and then we went to Tam Coc, and we have to say that we were not that impressed with the boat ride there, from what we saw compared to what we had there. And from the table we saw, you pay roughly the same even, so we would really recommend to go to the one which is called Trang An. Trang An, something like that.
The complex thing, you'll find it easily on
that
Google
one.
Maps, I'll put it down.
Definitely go to that one.
So yeah, it takes around about 3 hours, and yeah, you can just soak up the beautiful surroundings. Also, when you get back, the complex, like where the boats take off, is also so beautiful. So we decided to still stick around a bit.
They have a lot of pictures of other attractions, so you can like already make your itinerary for the next day if you see something that you like. But we enjoyed the whole experience, we have to say, and it really wasn't expensive for what it was. You can definitely tip your boat rower if you wanna,
because it's hard.
It's hard work, and we don't know how much they actually see of the money, of the entrance money, because they have so many people who would do it. So yeah, you can leave a small tip if you enjoyed the boat ride, for sure.
Yeah.